Coming up on this week's edition of NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Are you looking for cattle handling equipment that can make a real difference on your farm or ranch? We'll show you how Molly Manufacturing's innovative products and hands-on design process helps cattle producers achieve better productivity and cattle management.
And now, NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Hello and welcome to NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen. I'm Kevin Ochsner. When it comes to working with livestock, good cattle handling equipment has a direct impact on the profitability and productivity of your operation. And it doesn't matter the size of your farm or ranch, you can improve the safety for both livestock and handlers by making an investment in equipment that promises to last. That's why Molly Manufacturing collaborates closely with cattle producers to design efficient and humane cattle handling facilities. They focus on creating customized solutions tailored to each producer's specific needs while enhancing animal welfare and improving the safety and comfort of both the animal and the operator.
My wife and I, Sherry, own the 808 Ranch in the very southwest corner of Missouri. The 808 Ranch is a purebred Black Angus ranch. Our focus is on producing fall-born calves, bull calves, mostly embryo transfer calves, that are then raised and in the 44 Ranch bull sale.
Well, the 808 Ranch was founded 4 years ago in 2020, but our family has ranching history that goes back into the 30s out in Wyoming.
With the Steigers' long experience raising cattle, they knew they wanted to install a top-of-the-line cattle handling facility at the 808 Ranch.
I've had a lifetime of ranching and a lifetime of seeing the equipment that ranchers use and using equipment both good and bad. And I had seen the Molly equipment work in feedlots. I've seen the Molly equipment work on purebred and commercial ranches. And so even before we bought our ranch, I knew that I was going to outfit my ranch with equipment from Molly.
As a ranch manager for over 40 years, I've had experience with a lot of different chutes, a lot of different systems, but the silencer system is without a doubt the best one on the market.
Well, for one thing, it's safety as far as the animal and the people. It's fewer people. Labor's trouble for everybody these days, and so it just takes one or two of us to work what usually would take 4 or 5.
With the Molly turret and the silencer chute, 1 or 2 people can work cattle very efficiently, cut the cost of your labor bill, be safer, and it affects your bottom line from both sides of the equation there.
In fact, Carl and Chase often are a two-man team when they work cattle, and that makes the Molly turret gate especially valuable.
The Molly gate, the turret gate, is without a doubt my favorite part of the system. You can push with the gate 3 or 4 head up towards the alley, but then once they're in, the last one's in, you return and shuttle the gate back through so the next 3 are ready to go through. You're not blocking them, preventing them from moving efficiently through the system.
One of the things that really pleases me about my Molly turret is that my guys are not in there with those cattle. This thing works so slick where it slides through, the gate slides through and it comes back around. And so my employees do not have to be up there in that alley. I love it because it's safe, and I also love it because it's the least amount of stress on the people, but also on my cattle.
The remote is a safety tool with the silencer and Molly, with the Molly turret, because you're outside of the alley with the cattle. You're able to do the things you normally would have to do right behind the cattle, pushing them into the gate. You can do, once you've pushed them in, shut the gate in the alley, then you've got your Molly turret to bring them through the system.
As much as they appreciate the way the turret gate works, the 808 Ranch crew also values the features of the silencer squeeze chute.
The silencer, the safety was first here. And once they're in there, you can hold them from top to bottom. Their head up here, if instead of flouncing around trying to put a tag in, you can squeeze their head down. It's just made it more efficient and less injury on the animal or the help.
The silencer is a great chute has a lot of adjustments. It's very easy to operate. Controls right here. We have a scale under it, which I love. Everything that comes through here, then we have a software with the EID tag. Every time we weigh them, every time they're given a shot, all that's data is collected.
We run our cattle, the recipients in particular, through the chute a lot. What we find is with the Molly equipment that the cows that are coming through there and they're kind of getting used to it after 2 or 3 cycles of being recipients, and there's no tension at all. There's none of them being upset with the way that we work them, and by having the right equipment to work them, that we're in a really good shape to get cattle to settle to the expensive embryos that we're producing and also buying.
Along with low stress for the cattle and safety for the people, Lamar says the Molly system helps them meet their goal of producing high-quality beef.
One of my strongest beliefs is that we're the stewards not only of the land, but we're the stewards of these cattle as well. And it's especially important today because American consumers, the people that are buying the beef, want to know that the cattle are handled properly. If the chute's not right, if the corral's not right, and they're getting bruised, those bruises go right on. And those are part of diminishing the value of a carcass. They don't just go away. That diminishes the value of the carcass, and frankly, we can't have that. And so we have a saying here at the 808 that we want to make sure that every calf, every cow, every bull has its best day every day. And if there's the least bit of anything going on with that calf or that cow that's not proper, then we want to be on top of that just as quickly as we can. Part of that solution is having the right equipment to use.
At the 808 Ranch in southwest Missouri, I'm Brian Baxter reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Coming up, we'll have more on how cattle handling equipment from Molly can make a difference on your farm or ranch. Stay with us.
Molly Manufacturing is the industry standard in livestock handling equipment. The silencer hydraulic squeeze chute is safer for animals and the operator and is designed with special features that make the job of working livestock more efficient. Proudly made in the USA, every piece of Molly equipment is made to order for your operation. Safer and built to last, silencer from Molly is better by design. Find out more at mollymfg.com.
Join the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. There are big benefits to being a member. You'll get industry news in the National Cattlemen, email updates in the NCBA Beef Bulletin, plus discounts just for NCBA members. Join by calling 866-233-3872 or online at ncba.org.
Did you know you can get reimbursed for attending cattle industry educational events? The Rancher Resilience Grant helps cattle producers attend valuable programs such as Cattlemen's College and Stockmanship and Stewardship training sessions. Local, state, and national events qualify for the grant, and successful applicants can receive money back to help cover registration fees and hotel expenses. To apply for the Rancher Resilience Grant, go to ncba.org and click on the Producer tab.
Welcome back as we continue our discussion of how cattle handling equipment from Molly can be built to suit your farm or ranch. Here's more on their innovative products.
We're here at the Mosier Farms in Spalding, Nebraska. And here with us here is Jack Mosier.
Hello, John. Well, this is our original chute, and it won't wear out. So we think it's 23 years old.
Yeah, I think it's 23, yeah.
And it was outside the first several years of its life, and then it moved inside the building. So and then we went on with the entire system when we built the building with the turret gate system.
So let's see, so you had the silencer 23 years ago, and then you added the turret gate flight zone avoidance system. How many years has that been in place?
You know, it has to be at least 12 years ago.
Yes. And
I'm not sure when because we're still on the old style remotes.
Yeah.
And we've gotten along just fabulous with everything we've got here. We installed the system. It's just been no trouble from day one. And we got good assistance. Gene came up and helped us set it originally. And it's just done nothing but work cattle. with the age of the system, if something was going to go wrong, it should have went wrong by now. And maybe you're building them too good because it's just lasting too long.
They are really doing well. Yeah.
Just the other day, we replaced the first hoses on this chute. So 23 years of abuse. Yeah. And we just started changing hoses.
Wow.
So.
Well, that. I was hoping I could say another one, but I don't think it's going to work out
that way, buddy. This thing has made it so that as I'm in my 60s now, we can continue to work cattle and not be in there with them, not get hurt, and do it with less labor than the conventional ways that we worked cattle all those years. The way we worked cattle with Dad is totally different than what we've worked cattle here.
Yeah, and just going back to some of the things that's making that work for you, we were, just the fact that you're not in there with those cattle all the time, do you feel a lot safer around this? And
oh, yes. It's been, my father was veterinarian, and he came here in 1952. And I remember him being worn out from squeezing an animal. And you're not shot at the end of the day. Hydraulics has made our life a lot easier. It's changed the way we work cattle, where everything flows. We don't have the noise, don't have the people pushing hard on those cattle.
Jack, I was just thinking about all the things we've talked about here and how you've used this. What would you do different? What would happen if we took this silencer away and said you had to get something else, or we took the turret gate, we just took it all away? What would you do with your cattle business at that point?
A pretty good chance we wouldn't be doing it anymore. We probably wouldn't continue.
You mean you couldn't? I mean, if everything was going perfect,
I don't want to go back to it. Don't want to go back to what we once did.
Gotcha.
I've seen the other systems that are out there, and I don't see them flowing like this. I don't see, we had a man come in, help us freeze brand heifers the other day. And he said, I haven't seen cattle flow like this, that this system really works. And it worked as well as anything he's been around. And this guy handles everything from clipping show bulls to freeze branding cattle to working cattle for other people. And so it was a big compliment to us and to you. Mm-hmm. Because it was something that it was nice to hear a neutral party say what he'd said. And I asked him what his favorite shoe was. He said silencer. He said there isn't any other. And in the event that it comes time to update it, we are coming to you to update it. And I expect the same things or better that we've gotten than we've gotten in the past. I mean, I expect the next shoot to last 23 years. At least.
A little more though, right?
There you go.
With more experience, yeah.
And, but I'm totally happy with everything we've gotten. I wouldn't change a thing. Everything we've done with you has worked well. And it's taught me a lot about working cattle.
Yeah.
And I may as well take advantage of the things you've learned.
And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for guys like you talking about it.
Now, if you want to learn more about how Molly's products can improve your cattle handling, visit their website, mollymfg.com. Next, we've got more on how Molly equipment provides a safer environment for the people working with cattle. Stay with us.
Cattle producers across the country work hard to care for their animals and their land. The USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service is there to help. Find out how you can work with NRCS to develop a conservation plan for your operation. Find possible funding resources for implementing conservation practices, or get free expert advice on ways to improve your farm or ranch. Visit the website nrcs.usda.gov today.
Join the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. NCBA is the oldest and largest national cattle industry organization working to defend your interests in Washington, D.C. And there are big benefits to being a member. You'll get news you can use in the National Cattlemen, email updates in the NCBA Beef Bulletin, plus big discounts only for NCBA members. Join by calling 866-233-3872 or online at ncba.org.
Welcome back as we continue our discussion on Molly Manufacturing and their innovative cattle handling equipment. Now, we all want a safe working environment, and that's especially important when you're working with cattle. Here's a look at how Molly helps minimize the risk of injury by providing secure, efficient systems for moving and managing cattle.
Well, that was fast. I mean, the time it took you to go through here, come through here and reset these gates to let somebody in here, just this one piece right here, I think you were less than 20 seconds to get to here, reset the gates. I mean, that was so efficient in itself. So many times we see things where, somebody has to get things ready, climb over a gate, do something just to even get ready to use a facility, whether it's a manual facility or not, a hydraulic. It's just a lot of efficiency, and we recognize good efficiency.
No, it does.
Makes a difference.
Quick. Everything's real close.
Yeah, it's really tight. I can see right here. I mean, you're just right by your control. I mean, you can reach your control. You can do everything. You can turn around right here and maybe have to touch, get a little movement out of an animal behind you, or you can hide back there too if you need to a little bit too. So.
Yeah, you can, when the cattle are coming in, you can get down below. And like you say, you can get Gene's gate over here.
Okay, so you got your hydraulic right here for entry, and then your as a pressure return then. Yes. Coming back, and then. All right, and you were doing all from right here.
Yeah, and we got the remote, so if the guy pushing cattle, normally you'd have two people here. So the guy pushing cattle would have the remote, but I can do it from here. But generally, the third person would do that, pushing cattle in.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I like how you've compressed this into an area. I mean, compared to what you used to have, how does that? I mean, how much time do you save?
Oh, there was a lot of walking on the old facility. A lot of leg work.
A lot of leg work, isn't it? And that's just pretty hard. And at the end of the day, that leg work turns into fatigue. How much more energy do you have at the end of the day if you've processed a bunch of cattle? I mean,
a lot more. It's way less movement, way less work.
And such a small area. My gosh, what is your? I mean, you've just compressed this into such a small area, and you can do so much.
Yeah, I want to say 30 by 55, maybe.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And that's. Right, that's completely enclosed in a building in the wintertime,
yeah,
too.
It looks like nothing, but there's a lot to it on the inside.
You have compressed a lot in this building. Very impressive. It really is.
It's different thought process of running the turret and understanding the turret than it is your traditional tub and your traditional gate. I mean, you learn tricks. The more you do, the more you learn how to make this thing totally efficient and move cattle with your
there's
thumb.
Definitely an art to the guy pushing cattle, just on how many you put in that portion, how many you put in that portion, when to slide the turret gate. Like I say, you can just watch, and if you're observant, you can see if you slide a turret, you can grab 3 more, and there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
And like I said, from a safety standpoint, we dealt with some cattle in the I honestly didn't want anybody handling them. That's why this was built. This was really built for that one outfit, because the cattle were hot. Very
The cattle were hot.
And nobody has to be in there. There's an alley on the backside, so that the guy bringing cattle in, when this gate's shut, can come all the way around here to push cattle. No, you don't have to be in there at all.
The animals will respect that turret gate more when there's no human pushing that gate. And when we can hit this button and we can move that gate from afar, them animals won't challenge it as much as if we was on there and being a predator in their vision.
What really, is it the steps? Is it the safety? Is it the reliability? What is all these things to you as you see it as a whole package? And that's his basic, I know that's kind of a huge question I just asked, but just
I would say all of the above, but for me, as an employer, safety. Safety. I mean, it's efficient. There's lots of efficient systems, but when you can throw everything together, the safety, efficiency, just the flowability, and maintenance, durability. I mean, like I said, we've challenged it, and it's held up wonderfully. I don't know how you'd improve it anymore. I really don't. Mm-hmm. And like I told you when you were out here before, we've tested it. I mean, the cattle that we've had in the past, it's held up really well.
When we come back, we'll wrap up our look at how Molly Manufacturing helps producers achieve better productivity and cattle management. Stay with us.
You work hard to feed your herd and maintain your property. John Deere's 6 Series tractors give you choices that fit your operation. 6E tractors are simple and easy to use around your ranch. See all the angles when moving snow or maneuver easily in tight spots with 6M tractors. Get more power and premium comfort with 6R tractors. Mixing feed, weighing bales, and loading goods have never been easier with new loader technologies on 6Rs. Ask your John Deere dealer to learn more.
CattleCon's headed to San Antonio, February 4th through 6th, 2025, where farmers and ranchers gather to shape our industry's future. Remember, if you ain't at the table, you might just be on the menu. Check out the latest in ranching at the Texas-sized NCBA trade show. Network, learn, and grow your operation. Don't miss this chance to steer the cattle biz in San Antonio, where the Alamo spirit lives on. Visit convention.ncba.org to get registered. CattleCon 2025, where the beef industry meets.
Work livestock safer and more efficiently with Turret Gate from Molly Manufacturing. The innovative Turret Gate technology gives you remote control power, shuttling the gate through the turret, allowing for continuous forward flow without having to push a gate back into oncoming cattle, all with a touch of a button. It's the industry standard in low-stress livestock handling. Built to last, Turret Gate from Molly is better by design. Find out more at mollymfg.com.
Today, we focus on cattle handling equipment designed and built by our friends at Molly. Here's more on how Molly's hands-on design process helps producers achieve better productivity and cattle management.
At the Countryside Veterinary Clinic in Nebraska, Dr. Lance Kurtz wanted to improve his animal handling facilities. To do that, he worked with the Molly Manufacturing team to make upgrades piece by piece.
The service that has been provided, and a lot of it from Gene Dubas, Dubas Cattle, they've done well for us. They used a forklift to bring it in here, and they've helped us get them all set up. So the service has been really good.
I actually worked here for 6 or 7 years before, just as a tech, and before I was in school and stuff, and seeing each new piece be added to the clinic, I was like, oh wow, that just seems like it was a perfect fit.
Over time, Dr. Kurtz added a Molly turret gate and a new silencer squeeze chute on site, plus a portable silencer for use in the field.
I decided to go with the silencer. I was familiar with that chute, and we were having some clients that wanted us to get a tilt chute because doing more footwork. And once we got that, we've increased our treatment effectiveness probably by 90%, because if you can get that foot up and look at it, you're not trying to pull it up in a chute, because we used to pull them up in the other with a rope, pull it up, but they're still kicking, and it's that's a little more labor intensive. So a lot easier to put them in here, tip them over.
Silencer squeeze chutes, I do feel very comfortable running them by myself. I did grow up in a feedlot that had a silencer chute, so I started running them at a relatively young age and have just continued to get more comfortable with them. I can tilt a bull by myself, tie up all the legs. Occasionally, if there is a little bit more further treatment that it requires two of us, then we'll need to get another person in here. But most of the time, if it's just a routine foot trim or something like that, I can get them tilted and feel pretty confident about the level of restraint that I have, and get those feet tied up by myself, treat the animal, and get them tipped over and get them sent on their way.
I've been real happy with the silencer chutes, very durable, hold up well, and just increased our efficiency well over the years.
If you're looking for top-of-the-line cattle handling equipment, be sure to contact the team at Molly. They offer a wide assortment of innovative products that are designed to fit your operation. Visit mollymfg.com for all the details. Well, that wraps up this edition of NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We'll see you again next week, right here on RFD TV.